Hello and welcome to Business with Smith Co. Hello and welcome back to Business with Smith Co. Today we're going to be talking about the business plan. So basically, when a business is starting up, it will generally need like a business plan to sort of so has that sort of thing where it's like, well, this is our idea. This is where we're going to go. And this is the thing that a lot of the time, it's necessary. So there are many uses of a business plan, and that's one of the things that we'll be talking about today. So let's go ahead and dive in. So, the elements of a business plan. So basically, a business plan is a written document prepared by an entrepreneur to just lay out what the business is and what the business wants to achieve. It also explains any strategies for marketing, ownership, production, and finance, and identifies the areas of opportunity. The elements of a business plan are as follows. So you've got business details and ownership. This will describe what the business is, where it is located, who exactly owns it, and what skills and experiences and qualifications they have. It outlines what market the business will operate in, and it sets out the long-term vision in the mission statement and strategic plan. Next, you have market analysis. This includes data that the business has collected about the market in which it plans to operate. It will need to show the potential size of the market and how the market is broken up. For example, it might be broken up by age, gender, or location. And they might also need to see if it is dealing with a niche market. Information on competitors, trends, and recent sales figures will also be in this section. Furthermore, the targets of this business will also be in this section. Next comes the marketing plan. This is obviously we'll talk about this in more detail in a later video, but this is basically just the basics of marketing plan within the business plan. So marketing plan is based on the 4 P's. So product, the USP, the branding, the shape, the design, the function of the product, and then you've got price, the pricing strategy. For example, premium, price discrimination, tiered pricing, business, whatever the business plans to use, and how that compares to its competitors. Next, of course, you've got place. Where will the product be available for sale? Whether through wholesalers, retailers, online, and why those points of sale suit the target market. Because if, let's say, these videos were only available if you came to a shop that I had, and then you watched an advert, let's say, or didn't at the current moment. Well, currently it's an advert. I'd say probably never will be, but never know. You might be looking at this, 3 years from now and go, he just got adverts. So, anyway, so basically, that's the sort of thing. If you have that sort of thing, it's like, okay, so you have that, because it's important to clarify that. Because if this is the sort of thing where you had to come to a place of business and then just watch this video, well, you might not go. And that's the point. That's where businesses really do need to tell what exactly where they're selling this in their marketing plan section of their business plan. Next, of course, you've got promotion. Promotion talks about the information planned on advertising campaign, its potential reach, its cost, options, what sales promotions it might use to increase sales when launching. For example, some businesses will have a 2-for-1 introductory offer or other kind of things to really get to the things. So like even if when they get a foot on the market, maybe they'll be as expensive as their competitors. But for this time, just when they're getting started, they might want to think about being a little bit cheaper. Production plan. This outlines where the factory or warehouse is and the cost of purchasing or leasing it out. It also contains the number of machines or computers that are required. Staffing costs and recruitment cost plans. It includes the type of production used, job back to mass, and it says why. Because if you're looking at a business plan, you really do need to say this, because if not, then it just sort of it begins. People might question, well, why exactly do you need this production method? This production method is more expensive. You're asking for more money. That means it's not, in our opinion, it's not necessary. But if you explain, well, no, we do need it, then you have a little bit more of a flow. Furthermore, the production plan also states where the business will strive for any quality symbols. So oftentimes governments or just worldly groups will give out quality symbols to businesses specifically for physical products. The production plan also details where they will source any raw materials, what they will cost, different options, and where they'll be stored. Now, the production plan is very important. For example, this YouTube channel only, if we were writing a business plan, our production plan would say, well, we need a microphone, and a computer, and, well, a couple of other things, but that sort of thing. It's like, it's a little bit more basic, but if you need more, you need to set in the production plan, because if you're looking at a business plan, they may be like, well, hold on a second, just why do you need this? I mean, why do you need all this money? And you go, well, we need to buy all these machines. You go, well, you didn't say that. And that's why it's important to put that in your production plan. So people can analyse that and go, yeah, that's fair. Because otherwise, people might look at the amount of money you want to raise and they might think, well, no. Then comes financial plan. This is a really important part, just in general. Obviously, the other parts are very important when you're looking at just, attracting the investors and everything, but at this point it's like, well, this gives a financial projection for the short term using cash flow forecast. It might include sources of finance such as negotiated overdrafts or trading terms with suppliers. It shows long-term financial projections, predicted future sales and profit levels. Now, the reason why this is important is because a business plan may be actually of no use to you yourself. It may only be used to you because it helps attract loans and things from banks, and it helps just reassure investors that they will invest in your business. So the other parts can be in that way. It can be, if you aren't looking for investors, you aren't looking for banks, then they might not be as much of a use for you. But the financial plan is important because it helps you keep on track, and that is an important part of it. We'll talk about that later in another video. Anyway, basically, furthermore, so it shows the long-term financial projections. So that means that it also shows that any shareholder investment, or any long-term loans or anything like that, the source of finance available, it will show that, and it'll also list any assets used as collateral against loans taken out. A break-even analysis may also be included to show how many units need to be sold so the business will not make a loss. Now, this is the elements of a business plan. Of course, there's further parts to a business plan. That's the elements of it, but that's not finished at that. There are also, there's a massive importance of a business plan to an entrepreneur. So that's what we'll be talking about in the next video. So hopefully, I know this video is a little bit short. Say, it's video because that's what you're being told to say, but it's actually audio. Anyway, point is, hopefully you'll join us next time when we'll be looking at furthermore into a business plan. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and watch other videos if that's something you want to do. If you didn't like this video, that doesn't mean you won't like others, because this video is just business videos. And some people don't like business videos, they find it boring. So we have history videos and stories. We got things like Northern Ireland Alternative Timeline. So all sorts of things available for you to listen or watch. So, goodbye.